So, happy Training Tuesday. What can happen in a week? Well, you can get hit with COVID. That's what can happen. I'm Kim Irwin. I am with Brain Fog. I am with Arbonne International. And oh boy, folks, I'm going to talk about this today because last Tuesday I did my Training Tuesday. I was not sick. Wednesday, symptoms set in. And I'm obviously still sick, but it's funny. My husband told me, he said, "You look white as a ghost." So I put on some makeup. I came out, he goes, "Now you look like a ghost with makeup on." Thank you. So this may be painful, but I'm going to make it short and sweet because I've learned a lot in this short week of Training Tuesday, week time. And much of that is, I can tell you, I started with a very congested, it felt like a sinus infection, mild headache, never have had the terrible headache, but mild headache, congestion. And then it kind of moved down into my chest. Well, while all of this is happening, you can't smell anything. You can't, and that not because you lose your taste of, I didn't lose my taste of sense and smell, but because you're so stuffed up, you can't smell or taste anything. So you don't really have an appetite, but it's so important. And I will tell you what has been life-saving for me. And my daughter has had COVID and she told me to drink your detox tea. So I have been absolutely adamant about every morning I'm still drinking my detox tea. I usually have maybe 2 or 3 of them in a day. It's decaffeinated, so this is helping your liver and your kidneys. Because I'll tell you what, I'm taking a ton of acetaminophen, dextromethorphan, all that stuff to get rid of this crud. Now I'm on a Z-Pack. So you got to clean and help those organs out. So this tea really helps support those organs. I have not gone without a fizz at least once a day. And it's not, my first 2.5 days, all I wanted to do was sleep. And literally that's all I did. It was like dictated my life. You lay down, you go to sleep. That's all there was to it. But after that, I didn't feel like I needed to go to sleep, but I felt like I needed a little pick me up. Coffee didn't sound good at all. And I'm like, wow, what else would I take? My fizz, it's got full of B vitamins, chromium, CoQ10, guarana, green tea, a little bit of green tea. And so this has been a lifesaver. So my fizz and my tea for sure. I also have had at least 1 shake in the morning per day. And that's not enough to eat. I think, I am not a doctor. Please don't ever think that I'm giving any medical advice, but I'm talking from my personal experience. You need to have some calories in there so your body can do the work it needs to do to get rid of this crap. The other thing is, I never stop with my I didn't bring my greens in here, but the gut health, this isn't mind health, the gut health and my skin elixir, which takes me to the next point. This stuff is weird. I would literally look in the mirror and I'm like, what is wrong with my skin? This has taken a huge toll. Like right now I have a foundation on. I have a little bit of blush on just to look presentable if I'm doing any sort of a job at that. But my skin itself is just like dry. And of course, I haven't been using my Age Well in the regimen like I normally do because you fall out of these routines and these patterns. And what I want to do is also correlate this stuff to our elderly. I think about these folks that are in nursing homes and assisted care and memory care, and you think about their day-to-day particular needs, which when you're sick and everything revolves around medical, that's what you're thinking about. But there are so many other facets that need to be addressed in our life. And so not only from people who are ill and hopefully taking this advice, but, our elderly people, think about this for them. We can't forget these other facets. So the skin elixir. And I was talking to my sister and she told me a friend of hers out of the blue, I didn't tell her this yet, that her skin felt crepey. And that, I don't know that I would use that word, but it definitely did something derogatory to my skin. So I'll tell you what, guys, like this is the toning mist. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. That feels so good. And this has got witch hazel in it. And it's refreshing. It feels so good. And when you're feeling icky and toxic-y and everything, get back to this. I'm definitely making sure I'm using my serum, because the serum is what's going to help keep my skin supple. Because I know this is weird, but I notice, you know, you have hairs on the side of your face and that kind of thing. When your skin is supple, it's a smoother kind of hair. When your skin is really hard, and not crusty, but hard, those come out harder, So it makes a huge difference. I know that's kind of weird, maybe TMI, but, and then day cream. I'm making sure I put on at least a little bit of day cream as I'm walking around through the day, and then my night cream to help repair. Those are really important. The other thing, and when I'm talking about older people, I thought about my stepdad and my mom too. They just had really crepey, dry skin. And I'm feeling that as well, because you just kind of let your personal care go. You cannot do that. I use this, I think it's pronounced Botaniques. This is our coconut body butter. This is, I've talked about it before, but if you can see how creamy that is, and it just is so nice. And, if something's going on through my body and it's trying to get rid of toxins and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to give it all the help that it can get. And that means putting on products that are going to allow it to continue to breathe. The other thing is the gelée. I love this gelée. I haven't talked much about this either, but looks like, you remember that old stuff, slime? But you put this on, there you go. And it just, I'm stuffed up. I can hardly smell it, but it smells wonderful. So you use some gelée on there too. You can mix them if you want to, whatever feels good, but you got to take care of your body, because when you come out on the other side of this, like I said, tomorrow will be a full week for me. When I come out on the other side of this, I don't want to be a crumpled up, crusty old lady. Excuse me. I can't laugh. So keep these things in mind. Know that if you get sick or somebody you know is getting sick, these are just good supportive personal products to continue using while they go through that phase, or if they're in a position where they're unable to take care of themselves, help them. Give them some of these products to let them feel good, have their skin soft and supple, and, it's not you're never too old to take care of yourself. So I I started on the reset Monday. I had lost 3 pounds, and now it's out the window. I have absolutely no idea where I am as a follow-up on our 30 Days to Healthy Living, which is kind of an oxymoron for me right at the moment. But I will tell you this. It has been almost 2 years. No, it's been 2 years that I have avoided the virus. And I will, this is my personal opinion, but I give credit to the supplementation that I take and the good nutrition that I fuel my body with. It can't hurt. It absolutely can't hurt. And if I can say I'm 58 years old, have a heart condition, I have high blood pressure, and those are all medically managed, and I can still get through this in a week, I truly believe there's something to that initial proactive fueling of your body. So thanks for hanging with me. I'm sorry I sound like terrible and look terrible as well, but I hope you have a fantastic Training Tuesday. Looking forward to a much better one next Tuesday. Stay healthy.